I wanted to come on here, just kind of talk to y'all for a few minutes, a few seconds, I'll say. I wanted to make sure that my platforms are linked up. Okay. If not, then I'll go forward anyway. Okay. Okay. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna stay on here long. I wanted to make sure that I had everything linked up on here. Um, I hope everybody having a great day. Hello, everybody. Hello, um, Pastor Osborne. Love you dearly. I'm praying for you, and once again, I want to thank you for everything that you are. Great example, great lady, young lady I've always admired, and great leader. So I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. I'm sending air hugs to you and to your church. I appreciate you. Okay, there's some people that are on here now. Okay, um, okay, Deetra, Angie, uh, Ortiz. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and speak with y'all now. Okay, a couple of weeks ago, I had mentioned that I was gonna do prayer vigils, um, 9 o'clock at night, and I was doing it almost consistently. And Sunday, this past Sunday, I did do my podcast, did my live podcast, and the funny thing about it, the episode was talking about preparation during the pandemic, something like that. And as y'all noticed, I was coughing, and I thought that maybe I had something in my throat. I was feeling fine. Um, I think Saturday, I kind of felt a little something in my throat. Have you ever swallowed some saliva and it went down the wrong pipe? Well, that's where I had felt, and so I just thought that that's what I did. So I was always trying to cough it up and spit it out. And then Sunday morning, we did the Sunday school lesson live streaming, and hopefully y'all didn't hear me. If y'all did, hopefully y'all didn't hear me too much. But I was trying to move myself away from the camera because I kept coughing every now and then. I was able to hold it for a good 45 minutes, I think. But and then later that night, as time progressed, I was coughing more. So after I got done with the podcast, and I said, well, I'm gonna check and see how I'm feeling. And one thing led to another. Sunday night, I felt horrible. I'm used to having migraine headaches in the past, but just a regular headache, I really don't have. And so Sunday night, I was having a headache. It wasn't a migraine, but it was a regular headache. And then I began to start having cold chills. And then I began to have a fever. I'm like, no, wait a minute. So I'm thinking about, I got to go to work in the morning. But I had no sleep. And normally I don't have a hard time sleeping. So, make a long story short, I kept getting up every couple of minutes, every couple of hours. And so finally, when it got close to the time I would normally get up and go to work, I contacted my supervisors and I told them I was not feeling well, and I wanted to make sure that I did not have anything, regardless if it was the coronavirus, strep throat, flu, whatever. Even common cold. If I got something, I want to make sure I was able to treat it and not pass it on to anybody. Well, make a long story short, I contact my doctor, and of course, it's hard to go to the doctors now. So they end up giving me an exam online. They even spoke to me over the phone, gave me some questionnaires to answer, and then they gave me some questionnaires online. I filled it out, and immediately I got a phone call from my doctor's office, and they told me where to go to get the coronavirus test, and didn't have to take the strep throat flu test, but straight to the get a coronavirus test. And so, no ma'am. So no ma'am. So after that was my mom. Uh, but after I got off the phone, I went to go get the test, and they told me it was going to take 3 to 5 days. Well, today is the third day, and I got the test. I got a phone call, and the doctors confirmed that I do have the coronavirus. I was shocked, but I was not broken. I was not, jarred, anything. I was like, oh, okay. But in between Sunday night and between Sunday night and today, the Sunday night was the worst I felt, and then each day got better. And when the doctor, with the doctor's office or doctor staff, spoke to me, they asked me how I was feeling and everything. And I told them pretty much my feelings were my back. My back was it was hurting. I knew it was my lungs. But now thinking about it, Sunday night, I was not feeling very well. Not only I was having a headache and the fever and the chills and stuff, and there were some times that I did, I was like, wait a minute, I felt some slight discomfort in my chest. So, make a long story short, I had many people that found out, even some of my co-workers, they reached out and texted me, called me, and everything. And I didn't really make it public because I really didn't know anything definite. I wanted to make sure that I gave them something factual, and not just my co-workers, but also you all. And so today, I got the word, and I wanted to make sure to even utilize this as a teachable moment. Number one, I'm not in fear or anything. My main thing is, number one, me doing my part. I know God is a healer, and the most important thing is for me and also for other people to know God can heal through your obedience. And so I know some people, well, it doesn't matter what you do, just trust God. Yeah, but God give you wisdom and common sense. And so what I'm going to do is, number one, what's been really, really helpful for me has been to go into the shower. Of course, get that hot water on my body. That's really helped my back, my lungs, and I've been, inhaling some hot steam. Inhaling the hot steam. Also, what I've been doing every night, and this was before this coronavirus, and the Lord had led me to make sure that I do it consistently. Normally, what I've been doing the past couple of years is gargling with salt and water before I go to bed. But make sure, not right before I go to bed, but sometime when I'm in for the night. Gargle with salt and water. After I gargle with salt and water, clean out my sinus. Clean it out. Blow, get it out. After you get done with that, then do the neti pot. And look here, those that know me, I can't swim. I drown in bathtub water. So as far as doing the neti pot, I was very concerned. But now I can do it, and I can do it, and it's no problem. So me doing that, that has really helped clean the back of my sinus. And so from what I was told, I'm not a medical physician, but from what I was told, the coronavirus lives in your throat for like 4 or 5 days, whatever, and then it may try to penetrate within your lungs and stuff. So at first, what I was thinking when I thought that, maybe I swallowed some saliva and went down the wrong pipe, maybe that was something that was kind of brewing. But what I've been trying to do is just make sure to take deep breaths, make sure that I keep moving. Matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago, I saw a video of a young man that was, he was being interviewed by a news reporter on his hospital bed. And he was saying, don't lay down, don't stand still, keep moving and stuff. So that always triggered in the back of my mind. So before I really knew what it was, I felt like I just needed to lay down. And I know when you have the flu or cold or whatever, you want to lay down, and then of course you feel good laying down, but it's like the longer you stay down, the sore that you get. And so what I began to start doing was, even if I didn't feel like getting up, get up, make some movement. And that really helped me, not just physically, but even mentally. So what I said I wanted to do, I wanted to just share with y'all even some of the stuff that I was doing. Also, number one, let y'all know that I'm doing okay. My main thing is, number one, I'm being isolated. I'm staying away from everybody. Staying away from everybody, and also just resting my voice. I may not sound like I'm okay, but physically I'm okay. And I know that this is the early stages, but my main thing, and I'm claiming that the worst part is behind me. So I wanted to make sure to let people know, number one, this thing is real. And I know that Sunday I actually was at Walmart. I was at Walmart. Of course, I had a mask and everything, and I went there, and just so happened I went to go purchase some stuff. I was, like I said, I was feeling fine this whole weekend, but then, like I said, Sunday night, that's when everything just kind of crashed. So I don't know how long this thing's been going on, but I just thank God that I was able to find out. I was able to find out and get a definite answer. And so that way I can inform. I want to make sure to inform people. And I know some people, you hear about it on the news, you see it on Facebook, people still gathering together, people going to the park with large gatherings, and also even going to church. Like I said, now, those that know me, I love going to church. I love worship. But right now, this is the time, this is the time for us to have worship, but not in the building. A lot of time people just so struck on the building, but they forget about the temple. Don't be so focused on the building that you put your temple at risk. And I know some people, and I'm gonna say it like this: I know some people who may even have been hurt by lied on or lied to by some ministers or whatever. The first thing that some of the people will say, well, see, God said you're a healer, so it doesn't matter. You're supposed to come together and praise and worship, and they persecuting the church and all this stuff. First of all, use common sense. The church ain't the only one that they telling people not to come together in a large assembly. And also, don't go out unless you really, really, really have to. And I know some people, it's just like if it's a group of 5 people that live in the home, all 5 people don't have to go to the store at the same time. If it's someone that's going out to the store, hey, how about they get the list from everybody? Hey, look here, we're gonna go ahead and designate you to be our go-to person or gopher or whatever to go pick up the stuff and bring it back to the house. So we just have to use common sense. Like I said, God is a healer. God can do any and everything. But also the Bible tells us, don't tempt the Holy Ghost. Don't tempt God. What that means is, tempting simply means doing something, if you want to say, doing some type of rescue act because of your disobedience. You already know what you're not supposed to do, but you go ahead and you do it anyway. So one of the things I always heard as a kid, grace ain't a horse that you can ride. God help us to use common sense. Use common sense. And like I said, it doesn't mean that the church gonna be the building of the church gonna be locked down forever. No, this is the opportunity for you to use different methods, different techniques to reach a larger audience. That's it. If there's a minister that don't like it, I really don't care. My main thing is being able to protect the people of God and also to protect you. We have to use wisdom and common sense. Some people, well, I don't want to lose any members, but you know what? How about you have enough faith that if you obedient to what God tell you to do and you broadcasting on live streaming or whatever in the comfort of your home, have enough faith that God going, when everything is over with, have enough faith that God going to bring an increase of people because of your obedience. You may be reaching people that you may not have ever reached before. And guess what? because there are some people that's still doing some things, being at places doing things that they're not supposed to. There are people, even in the ministry, churches, pastors, leaders, that are dying of this. I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying all of them have gotten sick and died because they were disobedient. I didn't say that. This thing is, if you want to say, fairly new. You never know how a person may have got it or whatever. But what I'm saying is, now that we know we have to do this, we need to do it. We need to be obedient to the laws of the land. We need to be obedient. And like I said, this is a great opportunity for you to ask God for the technique of reaching people who may have never stepped foot in your church. So we have to use wisdom. And also, like I said, for those who reached out to me, I really, really, really appreciate it. Like I said, I was just kind of silent because I wanted to make sure that I got some information first, and then that way I can come and tell you all. So, like I said, those that know me, I try to use my social platform to educate, minister, and let people know what thus says the Lord. So I really appreciate you all who tuned in, who wanted to check on me, and like I said, I'm feeling fine. I may not sound good, but I do feel good. And like I said, I just got out of the shower, and my body feels good. But now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do what I need to do. I'm being quarantined for a number of days, so that's what I want to do. I want to make sure that when it's over with, that I don't spread it or contaminate anyone else. I hope and pray that even those who I've gotten in contact with the past couple of days, weeks, I hope and praying that God protect. If I always treat it as if I wasn't feeling well or whatever, or even when I'm at work, I know I've been exposed to a lot of different people, and I always try to carry myself as if, whatever I'm a carrier or whatever. So I wanted to make sure that I did carry myself that way, and that's basically it. So if y'all have any questions, if I know anything, y'all can feel free to inbox me, text me, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not a hard person to find. If y'all want to text me, not as far as calling, I'd rather just text and inbox because I want to save my voice. But y'all welcome to text me. My number is 214-908-3056. That's me. I'll be praying. Not only be praying for me, but be praying for other people. First responders, my co-workers. I spoke to my supervisor, and it may be a very scary time for many people. And also not just many people, but even the children. I told my son I wanted to make sure I video chatted with my son to let him know, what was going on and everything. And I don't know, first things some people hear when they hear about the coronavirus, they think about death sentence. But we're not going to think about death sentence. We're going to think about life sentence. We're not going to think about catastrophe. We're going to think about healing. We're going to think about all these things. And looking at life after this. Matter of fact, I think that was the name of the podcast I had the other night. Life after this. There's life after this. And so my main thing is this is just going to be another tool for God to use to let people know. And y'all if y'all want to put a face on the coronavirus, you could put my face on there to let y'all know that God is a healer. God is a healer. God is going to heal. And not just me. God going to heal many other people. So my prayers for us to make sure that we do our part. Let God bring you awareness and you adhere to it. So like I said, I really appreciate you all, and I hope I didn't take too much of y'all time, but I wanted to make sure just to give y'all some information. And also, you all are my family. Some of y'all are biological family. Some of y'all related by blood, and some of y'all related by love. So I wanted to at least share with y'all, just in case y'all hadn't seen me in a couple of days, hey, why you been posting any videos, whatever. I still been, sending posts, and when I get up or whatever, I'll, whatever will lead me to write or whatever, I'll post it and send it. But as far as making a video or whatever, I didn't want to do any videos until I knew something, and then I wanted the video to be me, informing whatever the test results were going to be. So now we know, we're going to follow the doctor's orders and just do what needs to be done. Before I forget, I do want to say this as we get ready to wrap up this video. I had a very, very cool moment last night. The cool moment that I had, of course, people know I always talk about my son, and whenever I get ready to get off the phone with him, I always say a prayer. Whenever I get ready to leave his presence, I always pray over him and everything. But the cool thing about it was, oftentimes his daddy pray for his son. And last night I had a phone call, which is not the first time my father called me, but he would check on me, especially after this situation. And he called me like maybe a couple of hours after he had already hung up from me, and he said that he felt in his heart to just pray for me, And I was like, yes, and it brought me back as a kid. I used to always hear my daddy praying at church. And so I was like, wow, forget about the 47-year-old kid, 47-year-old man, 47-year-old father. I was looking at that 12-year-old kid, that 9-year-old kid, where, I always think about it, but me and Sheila, we've always been around our daddy, and my daddy, taught us. We always loved to hear him pray and everything. And so for me to be able to hear my daddy, pray for me, that was awesome, And so if nothing else, my dad always said, what the devil meant for evil, God would turn it for our good. So with that good, he always say, even though we may not see it, but there's some good that's coming out of everything. It's just our responsibility to look for that good. So with that good, there are some key nuggets that came out. In the midst of this coronavirus, even what the devil tried to do to slow me down or whatever, to infect other people, whatever. Number one, God allowed the opportunity for my father to pray for his son. Hey, if nothing else, like that song says, if God doesn't do anything else, he done enough. With that particular part right there, that meant the world to me. And so, that was something I'll never, ever forget. So with that, they gave me the responsibility to, just keep on going, and also, pray for him. He's still recovering and everything. So I really appreciate everything. So with that being said, I just wanted to share that with y'all, because like I said, that made my day. That really, really made my day, and that made me refer back to me being a kid. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all love, y'all support, and I hope and pray that y'all have a great day, and keep doing what God have you all to do, and everything will be all right. And also, one last thing, remember, even though we might be in a shutdown, we might be in a lockdown, we may be limited on what we can do, there's no limit on what God can do. So with this too shall pass. We're going to get through this. We're going to get through this by hook or by crook. We're going to get through this. So I love y'all dearly. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for allowing me to spend some time with y'all, just to let y'all know what's going on. So I'll talk to y'all later. All right, God bless.